I'm gonna build in here this spring or summer a wood storage area right amongst these trees. I'll have to take down this that I have for tarps, but yeah, I think this will be a good spot. I'll build a deck in here to level this out because we're at such a slope, but I'll make a nice flat area to stack my wood. So I'll use this up this season and what little I have already cut over there, and then I'll start cleaning up. I might even use some of the offcuts to make this storage unit because I got a ton of offcuts and I don't have to cut down more trees for that way. I'd rather do that for my other buildings. Some of the other stuff, this will be perfect. It'll look good. Yeah, I think it'll work out just fine. I won't even have to debark them. Just create a wood drying area. I'm also going to do all shingles for the roof on this woodshed because it'll be more cost effective for me. And they look really good anyway. So more shingling to come and making them. So for those of you that missed how I made them, I'll be making them again. All right, I need to lay the solar flat. They're talking about a high wind warning. Some neighbors just notified me for Monday and Tuesday. This is Sunday. So I want to show you something I've got on my solar. I am going to be buying another one of these and setting it up next to this. I'm going to pull these 100 watt panels off. I'm going to go get some 590 watt, I think it is, the panels I found that I want to order. 4 of them will fit on 2 of these solar sun trackers. So I'll be putting another one together just back of this one so the shadow from it won't affect this one. And then they'll both work this area. I'm going to clear out a lot of these trees for firewood and material wood. But yeah, let me show you something I've just recently bought for it. So I just recently got this power pack, which is pretty slick. I can turn it on and off here. Right now it's on. Got its own little solar panel that mounts on here. And that way it's all powered. I was using, for the last couple of years, an EcoFlow unit. And I saw this and I went, why don't they just sell it with the unit? It'd be great. It's an eco-worthy battery pack. It was like $100, comes complete, and it works slick. And it takes up no space. So of course, when I get the other solar sun tracker. I'll get another one of these, which the solar sun tracker is also eco-worthy. These solar panels are eco-flow solar panels, 100 watts. I'm going to put them on a stationary east-facing or south-facing platform, and I'm still going to use those. They'll be powering up an eco-flow system. But the new system in the cabin, I'm going to go ahead and run about 2,400 watts, approximately, close to it. 2,360 watts, I think is what I'll end up with, somewhere around that. On 2 of these units, I think that'll power 10,000 kilowatts in the shop, I mean in the cabin. But anyways, let me show you what I'm going to do here. I can manually override this right here at the controller. Then I can shut off the battery so that it doesn't move. So we're going to get it laid to flat here. Normally I wouldn't do that if it was snowing, but I don't have this set to go flat at night, because if it goes flat at night every night, we get a lot of heavy snow. That could be a problem too. So I like to leave it in an upright position. Whoops. So just like that, and I can go ahead and turn the power off right here on the box. It won't move by accident that way. So that'll stay like that, and later when I can afford it, I'll get those panels. I'll order up the panels and the other solar tracker. We'll put that in as soon as possible this year, and then I'll be buying another Vitraire 5 kilowatt battery to go with the one that they gave me. So I'll have 2 of them in there. I may do 3 of them. That's originally what I wanted to do, but I want to get the shop built. That's going to take money. I can always add another battery later after I get the shop built, you know, and just make do with 10,000 watts. I think that'll be, because that's more than I have in there now with the EcoFlow system. So I'm kind of thinking that'll do the job for me. We'll see. If I don't like it, I just add more. It's just that simple. Okay, well, we're in the shop now, and I want to start working on the windows over here and making window frames. So obviously I took one apart. This is a right-hand top. Goes like this. So it's on the right hand of it. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. It has a shape. It stair steps down. It's at least 3 different pieces with multiple cuts, different tiers. It'd be great if I could just make it one, but it'd be easier just to make pieces like they did. One thing I don't have a router with a router table. I have one on order though. I ordered a Bosch router and router table. I've never used one before, but I've seen people use them. And they work pretty slick. As long as you have a router table, they're perfect for doing this kind of work. I went online and looked at baseboard moldings with basically the same shape, which is what I thought this stuff was made out of. That's just a little piece of one there. And here's one that was probably cut down, same thing. And I don't know if you can see that here, but this is like a baseboard molding. But I would need 2 moldings per window, and they're like 35 bucks a molding in the town here, which is $70 per window. Well, 5 windows, I may as well just spend $400 and some odd on a router and router table, which is what I did, because it'll exceed past this project to other projects. And it just makes more sense to make it myself. I've got the trees, I got the mill. So you're gonna see me doing that. I wanted to start this week doing the window frames, but when I saw this yesterday, I was like frustrated that the pricing was so much on that stuff. And I have another issue. My planer, my Harbor Freight planer is no good. The motor's froze up on it. I'm not going to replace the motor on it. It was a cheap unit. I'm looking at getting a DeWalt planer, and the one I found is about $769 plus tax. So after I get the router paid off, I'll get the planer. So in the meantime, with the router though, I'll go ahead and try and route this stuff and make it work, and then I'll flip over the backside, and that's what I'll try to plane. Ultimately, I'd rather plane it first than route it. It's just money I can't really afford to do for another month. So that's really kind of hampering my building right now, is that planer went bad on me. Had it not gone bad on me, I'd be working on getting the wood thicknesses, getting the lengths cut right now. This is the tough part. I don't want to take this stuff apart. So between the pieces I have there and the complete windows, I can look at them, and you know, some of the stuff's pretty rotten and broke. But interestingly enough, I mean, like this is actually 3 pieces. There's a board here, there's a board here, and it's tacked in with nails all along here to line up with this and then leave a ledge. And then there's just this piece that goes over the whole thing, and it's tacked in. And yeah, this piece will be easiest to make of all of them, actually. Even this end will be easy to make. So that's going to be a really a fun piece to do, because it'll be easy. Now this one here is a piece here. Man, I don't know if you can see that, but see, it's got a lap notch cut into it on both sides, which the router bits I ordered will be able to do that as well. So I literally have 1, 2, 3, possibly. It almost looks like this is just made to have a ledge right here. And I mean, I could even do all these grooves if I wanted. I don't know that I'm going to worry about that for the shop. I'm not going to get that critical. That's just going to take more time. So other stuff that'll be easy to make is some of the trim that goes around the windows. This stuff, piece of cake. So we'll start cutting some materials, some of this stuff. I can go ahead and cut these angles and things, and this can still plane really nice and easy. I think the stuff that I have to, I mean, I think I want to plane them before I do the ledges on them. I think it's what I want to do. Yeah. That's going to be fun. Pretty complicated. Pretty darn complicated. And then I got the hardware. I got the hardware here. Here's some of it. I need to clean up all this hardware. And I got for one window so far. The rest of the stuff's in here. So that'll be a project, cleaning this stuff up. I might even start with that while I'm waiting to come up with the money for other stuff. Get this stuff, I'll get a wire brush for my drill, clean up this stuff. Then later on, I'll paint it. I'm certainly not going to do white windows, but I think I'll paint all the hardware black, like a satin black, and go with that for my hardware. That's going to be fun. That's why I can't totally take apart all the windows, because I need to know exactly where to put the stuff. And I've got to buy new screws for it and stuff so I can redo it properly. So at least I have samples. That's how I'm going to do it. All right, that's it for the moment. You're gonna go lose this, huh? You can see that this thing's pretty bad. That's why I need this router back here, so I can work with stuff that's long like this. We're looking at, well, about 53 inches here is what I've got. So hopefully I'll get the hang of this and it'll work really nicely. So we'll see how that works out. We'll get busy and start putting that together. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. This is not sponsored. I use my own money for this, just so you know. Okay, I know it's really cluttered in here. That's going to change once the windows are in and the doors I have over here are in and the plants are out of here for the winter time. I'll start cleaning this up. I am going to build off the backside of it. I've decided to build a fairly large area off the back, basically a building attached to this building, and I'll put a door in, a barn style door. I already have one made. I made 5 years ago, and it's been in my trailer ever since. All right, let's get back to the router and table I bought. It's a 27 by 18 inch table, a Bosch table, and a Bosch router setup. I've never owned something like this before. I bought it through Home Depot. I need to build, my plan is to set this up maybe on here, and then build extensions to attach to this. I'll pull this off. And what's nice about this is something I can maybe mount it to and then unmount it, and then I need to get a new planer I want to make it do double duty. So I'm going to make infeed and outfeed tables, another additional, well, probably 3 feet longer than this thing on each infeed and outfeed side, so I can run longer pieces, because some of these pieces are about probably 4.5 feet long. So I need to be able to plane them and not get any snipe. And I also need to be able to do their edges, which means I'll have to do extenders for the fence. So I got to figure that all out. So that's going to be before I start these windows. I've got the project, and like I said, I want to be able to pull this off and put the planer on that I'm going to get. I'm looking at 2 different planers. I'm looking at a Grizzly. I think it's a 0999, or I'm looking at the DeWalt, the nice DeWalt one. I can't think of the number it is right now. But I think it's a 7335 or something like that. DW's, I don't know. But I'm looking at it. I haven't decided. I think I want the Grizzly, because it's a different kind of bits that go on it that are a better bit. Well, it looks like this morning we've got that wind they were talking about coming in. So I thought I'd take a walk out here and see what the shop tarps look like, because I'm pretty sure they're messed up. Let's take a look out here. Yeah, it's blowing pretty good underneath the ledge there. Ripped up all the staples. All I can do is hope it'll hold together. Oh, it's coming down over here. That sucks. At least there's no ice on the ground. I can fix it. Tarps down over here. So I have to fix that today. Oh, that sucks. Take a walk around here. My boat, it blew off. It blew off where it was at. The wind's so strong, it blew it off over that thing. Oh my goodness. Hopefully it didn't ruin it. I had to flip that over real quick. Man, that sucks. I don't think we've had wind here like this yet. This is the first. All right, well, the wind's tearing it up even more, even up here now. And I got both sides I got to fix. We're just not used to having this kind of wind around here. This whole 2025 has been a much breezier year, I think. But yeah, now that's ripped down, all the staples. So I'm having issues here. It's still windy. I was going to come out and fix it. And it's still knocking down everything. I can't keep everything locked in. My guess is that the reason this is all messed up behind me here is because on the other side now, the wind's just blasting through. We'll see what I can do. It's starting to rip over here too. See if I can't fix that as well in a minute. Oh boy. Still got all that to do. Should get this corner, I guess. Try and keep them falling. See if I can't bring this over, anchor it. Say right here. That'll help. As I move over, I'll tack it so it doesn't blow up. See if I can do that with a blue one too. Just wish I could have got further this year on this build, but I couldn't. Just wasn't able to. I was really kind of hoping this wind would die down by morning. All right, I better get this sealed up as soon as possible. I'm gonna try and do it from inside. That'll hold it in place for winter. All right, well, it's amazing what one day can change. Let's get out here in the light. And it's been snowing, as you can see behind me. I'm gonna take a walk up to the shop here, and we'll go ahead and show you a couple things, and I'll talk about a couple more things. I know I've done a lot of talking in this particular video, but I'm kind of in a limbo mode right now. That's kind of why I was going to take a couple weeks off instead, kind of letting you know what's going on around here, starting with this. And back into the snow. Everything's pretty well battened down as far as the shop goes again. I think as long as we don't get any more of them darned winds, we'll be good. Unfortunately, my boat's not covered anymore. I need to resurface that boat. That will probably be next year. Thought I'd pop this out and show it to you, at least that. I think I've decided not to use this. I'm going to actually just make a table for it to set on at the right height. And then I'll make the extenders so that they can attach to it. And then hopefully when I get the planer table, I can just swap from one table to the other. You know, I can swap one tool to the table from just lifting them up and bringing them down, or I'll make a separate table and just move the extenders. Whatever's going to be easiest and keep everything most compact. No matter what, this has to be set somewhere. The planer has to be set somewhere. And temporarily, it's going to be used in here as I get organized. But eventually, I'm going to build an area for most of my messy tools to go to outside. So, I'll get this open up, and I want to tell you that the planer I've decided on getting is the DeWalt DW735X. It's the best bang for the buck right now. I'm going to wait a couple more days. I'm going to order it. I'll have it by before the new year, just before. So my goal is to order it in 2 more days. I just got to make sure and get my card paid off first, and then I'll do that. But let's take a look at this here. Bunch of the goodies here. Gonna have to set it on the ground to get it out of here so I don't drop anything. First. Lots of goodies here. Ah, there we go. That's what I was hoping to find. That's nice heavy duty metal. Bosch. Okay. All right, so I'll go ahead and get this assembled a little later. I don't know that I'm going to do a video on it. I may do a video on it for you, just for those that are interested in seeing how this thing goes together. But of course, I won't be doing that in this video. This is where we're at on this video. We're done. Thanks again for watching my video this week. I appreciate it. Next video, you'll probably see me building the tables for the router table as well as the planing table. I'll get those things built. We'll show you that, and hopefully shortly after all that I'll get that planer here in a reasonable amount of time, and we'll go ahead and get started on the window frames, getting those made. That'll be this winter's project, is to get those done. They may take some time. I'll show you what I can, and I'll show you my progress as I work through them over probably the next 30 days or so, maybe next 60 days. At any rate, we'll keep busy on those, and as I build a window, I'll probably install it into the window frames so I can get those placed and out of the way. So thank you for stopping in and seeing my video. Please leave a comment, leave a thumbs up if you would. It really helps my channel out. And we'll see you next time. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.